Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Trinity. I am a person in recovery and I'm with Moonstone Mystics. So, um, one of the things I do is this 12-step tarot for service work, in essence. Because there are a lot of us out there who maybe don't fall under the understanding of our higher power, being one of the main three religions, and at your service. Um, I've had COVID this week, and if you know anything about recovery, you know that isolation is not a good thing. So the fact that I've had to isolate has been driving me absolutely up a wall. The fact that I haven't been able to see the people in recovery that I usually see and do the things that I usually do has driven me up a wall, and the craving set in. So I was like, okay, I don't care how tired I am. I don't care what I look like. I need to do this tarot reading. So we are going to go ahead and do a 12-step tarot reading. I am going ahead and shuffling the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. That one's shuffled. And I'm also going to do the Angel Answers, but then we're going to start with the Divination board. I actually invented this Divination board specifically for people in recovery. If you are interested in buying one for yourself, I do make them and sell them. So you can, I guess, email me on the back end of the channel. We'll figure something out. I post this on Facebook too, so if you're watching this from the Facebook, just hit me up on Facebook. It's Trinity Peterson Ho, just in case you are looking for me there. But anyway, all right. So our angel answers are shuffled. Our psychic tarot for the heart is shuffled. Oh, and I'm also being told that we're going to be using the archetypes cards as well. So I will get those out, but I will not shuffle them right away. Charms or runes? I'm going to go with charms. Okay, so let me show you the board first. So this is the board. It's in 12 different wedges. You can use it for the houses on your birth chart. You can use it for the zodiac signs, but you can also use it for 12 steps. So we're going to go ahead and utilize it as a first step situation. And basically what I'm going to do is throw charms and see what we all need to be working on as far as our 12 steps are concerned. So. Okay. Okay, so right now we have a lot going on in our fourth and fifth step. And I am actually seeing, let me pull out the charms that are upside down here. That's interesting. I have 3 crowns that were upside down. And the song We Three Kings came into my head. So, I don't know, maybe Christmas time will be important to you. Sometime around that season. All right, so now that we've got those charms out, I am seeing actually a lot of the charms in the fourth and fifth step area. So that might be something that, if this is, if you've been watching me and this is your gig, you might want to go back and look at your fourth step if you've just done it, or do a fourth step. What are you waiting for if you haven't done it? Come on. There is something, I've got this big cord in here that is, for lack of a better term, tethering the fifth and sixth steps. So there actually is a character defect. How I'm reading that is there's actually a character defect that will be revealed in a pattern that you have, and you'll figure that out when you do your fifth step. And it actually, I've also got a heart charm right next to it. Let me show you. There it is. And so I would assume that what that means is that it has something to do with love and relationships for you. Now, oh, I have another one that's upside down. There actually is, I have this, a star charm on the ninth step. And it is, I'll show you this one. The star is always talking about healing if you're looking at the tarot. And then we have between the seventh and eighth steps, I've got a little feather charm. Okay. So I think what is, if I'm reading this just based on where the charms are going and flowing, this really has to do with some form of issue, a pattern in relationships, matters of the heart that you'll be able to cut a cord if you're able to look at what your part in it is as far as the patterns are concerned, and then when you'll really start to take off once you get going from your seventh step into your eighth step. And then the healing will really happen in the ninth step. I mean, and it's funny because that's what they tell us, so it's just neat to see it on the board like this. There is also a crown with the word princess on it, and that is actually on the third step. And how I read this is the closer the charms are to the middle, the more in balance you are. The further out, the more out of balance you are. And so the princess crown charm is close to the middle, which tells me that you've really started to learn to trust your higher power, and you've done a lot of work as far as forgiving yourself for past transgressions, learning to give yourself grace, learning to let go of the things that no longer serve you, such as fear, resentment, and anxiety. So really, I mean, the message from that is you've done a really, really good job with steps 1, 2, and 3. There is just something that you're really missing. I've got for step 4. So I have a key charm. And then I also have, and these are further out. And then I have a cross. So that is actually telling me that there may have been some religious trauma that will be unveiled in that fourth step as well. I'm hearing that whoever this is resonating for, that it is okay. You don't have to do your fifth step with your sponsor. You can do part of it with your sponsor and part of it with someone else that you trust who's also in the program. I am one who likes to think that, you know, your sponsor should be someone who is very open-minded, but the fact of the matter is there are a lot of sponsors out there that are very, very good sponsors, but they may not have the same religious affiliation that you do, or they may understand. I mean, everybody's understanding of higher power is unique like a fingerprint. It is okay if there are certain things that have happened to you that are particularly woo-woo that may be not as well received by your classic sponsor. So let's say you're Wiccan, if you can find a high priestess to go and share those things with, or a high priest, if that's the case, or a shaman or something like that, someone who is spiritually aligned, who can listen to you, because the trick of it is being able to share unfiltered with another human being. It's not good enough to just do part of your fifth step because you think it'll be received okay, and then you keep some of it to yourself. So if you need to divide that up, don't be afraid to do so. And you don't need to tell your sponsor either. That's the other message that I'm hearing. You do not need to tell your sponsor that you're sharing certain things with certain other people. That's actually perfectly okay. Which that message kind of surprises me because I'm pretty open with my sponsor. And I've already told her, look, there are people who just they get the woo woo. And so when strange things happen to me, like I'm talking with a ghost or something, I don't really talk with her about it. I talk with my other friends about it. So, because I've seen some shit, spiritually speaking. So, which is why I'm here. You know, I've gone through a lot and I've seen a lot. And we can get ourselves into quite the tricky situation spiritually when we work with metaphysics and energy, and especially when we come at it from a really self-centered, selfish stance. And so, just like alcoholism, it can be a double-edged sword working with magic. So do align yourself with some people who understand that, who are in recovery. If excuse me, if you are uncomfortable with traditional AA meetings because they get too churchy for you, I personally love them, and it's the way that I have really found my path. But I also go to a group called Pagans in Recovery, and it is about attraction rather than promotion, but it is a fabulous group of people, and it started here in the Atlanta area, and it's now worldwide, and we do have Zoom meetings. So, it's a safe place for people who are practitioners of magic, who maybe have a different philosophy on what a higher power should, could, and would look like. We're really all encompassing and very, very open-minded and accepting of everyone. And hell, if you're a Christian and you want to see what other people do, come on down too. We accept you too. So let's go ahead and get into the tarot. So I want to kind of clarify the pattern in relationship that was showing up on the chart. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. Oh, look, heart chakra on the split. Oh my gosh, it's so blocked. Honey. That we got to work on opening up that heart chakra. Being able to receive. I'm hearing that you're very depleted right now. And it's time to receive love from other people. Of all forms. So, in early recovery, I don't recommend, unless you're already married or in a solid committed relationship, I don't recommend that newbies get into new relationships, just because if you break up, that can be a huge trigger. And then if the other person's in recovery, you guys can trigger one another and both relapse. So it's just not a good situation. All right, so I was feeling this one. So let me go ahead and start with these 3 cards. All right. So we have Simply Love. And with this card, I'm hearing the part in the St. Francis prayer. It's better to love than be loved. And I know that kind of seems paradoxical. But I think what Spirit's trying to say is that we need to just be very loving of the self first and replenish our energy, and then do acts of service that don't take a lot of energy from us, because right now the energy that I'm getting is very, very fragile. So be loving, but don't shut out when it's the person who's reciprocating it to you. I'm seeing a hand like, stop, like, don't come any closer. Like, I'll do this act of service for you, but don't you dare come close to me. Don't you dare see how vulnerable I am right now. Okay, let's go to the next card. Believe and succeed. And then I'm going to do this last card. Okay, embrace. Okay. All right. The song that's going through my head right now is India Irie's I Am Light. And right now I've got COVID. I ain't singing that for you. I love that song. Normally I would sing it, and you can approve or disapprove of my singing. I won't care. But right now my throat hurts so bad that I'm not going to. So you're welcome. But you can look that up. India Irie, I Am Light. That might be a really good song for you to listen to, because this message is just saying that you are so much worthier of receiving love than you give yourself credit for. And in fact, you're not seeing how much you're loved. You're not seeing how much you have impacted people on a positive, in a positive way. No matter what you have done in your past, how broken you feel you have been your whole life, and despite any consequences and cleaning up of wreckage from your past you are doing right now or handling right now, you have also simultaneously impacted people in a positive way. So don't forget that aspect of yourself. Believing and succeeding, I think that that's going to, the second step, where it's I came to believe in a power greater than myself could restore me to sanity. Truly, I am one who I've always been kind of woo-woo. I've always believed in a higher power, but I did not have the connection that I do now, and that's thanks to working the 12 steps. As I'm going about my day, I am constantly reaching out to my higher power. I've gotten to the point where my relationship with my higher power is such that it's my best friend. I'm always seeking guidance. I'm always asking what I can do for it. Today I got into an argument because I was so frustrated. So, and that's okay. My higher power knows that I'm really frustrated because I don't like sitting in bed. I don't like how I feel after binge watching Wednesday all day yesterday, because that's all I had the energy to do, and it was at least better than looking at the ceiling. But at least I didn't pick up a drink or a drug, because I could have, chosen that path as well. So I am one to tell you that the more you practice believing and trusting and having faith in a higher power, whatever that looks like for you, it's not my business. And I'm not here to tell you what that looks like, nor should I. That's between you and your higher power. But the more you can believe and trust in it, the easier it gets. So it's a skill you have to practice, and you will start to learn to lean into it. That's kind of what I had to do today. I actually started craving a substance, not alcohol. I haven't drank since 2021, but it was like, man, I just would love to check out right now. It sounds really good to check out right now, because I don't want to be here. I'm uncomfortable. I'm sick. My joints hurt. My throat hurts. I'm coughing. I'm sneezing, and I'm miserable. And it was just this self-pity train that I had found myself in. So, I kind of leaned into my higher power. I prayed. I meditated. I took a salt bath with some ritual herbs and some essential oils, because I'm woo-woo like that. That's just how I go. And then I contacted my sponsor, and I talked to several fellows in the program, and lo and behold, my cravings got better, and then I had energy to do this, and now it feels good to be of service in this way. So, oh, and then I went to a Zoom meeting too. So, I'm doing the thing. And I could have just as easily have gotten into my car and driven to the store and picked up the substance I was craving, because it's legal. So, you know, I told you I have a cold. No filters here. Maybe if I'd had a filter, I wouldn't have gotten COVID. So anyway, the third card is Embrace, and I'm going to show that to you again. And one of the feelings that I'm getting from this card as I look at it is just, it may do you some good to really go into, if you can go into meditation and you're good at visualizing, visualizing the universe just wrapping its arms around you. Or if that's too much out there, imagine someone who you really loved and trusted, who was a safe person. That's the keynote, is safe person from your childhood, wrapping their arms around you and just holding you and rocking you back and forth. Allow that inner child to be comforted, because I'm seeing like a mother holding a child and rocking it back and forth. And so that's really what's needed right now, is that inner child within you, within your heart, is really hurting right now for some reason. And so that actually, I wonder if that is not, circling back to the divination board where it was talking about the relationship, that might be something that needs to be mended, as a relationship that you have with a parent. But right now, being able to just talk about it and discuss it with another human being would be the most important part. The amends can wait for later. In fact, I would recommend it, because I am sensing so much, like, just raw hurt right now. Let me go ahead and get some angel answers. Oh, no, I'm hearing archetypes needs to happen first. All right. Are you liking my croaky voice? Yesterday I sounded like Sybil Shepherd. It was really funny. Well, hello there. Oh, I have one popping out. All right. Now, this is a really, really great card for you to get. It's Liberator. The light attributes: freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Shadow attributes: imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. Whoever I'm tapping into the energy of, you really are a warrior. And you do it for really good reasons. This came out in the upright, not reversed. And so I'm looking at these light attributes. And the fact that you freed yourself and continue to free yourself and work with others is really commendable. I'm really proud of you for that. But the releasing of negative thought patterns, I think, is what is really coming into focus with me. You beat yourself up so much, and there's really no reason to. Why are you doing that? Because I'm tapping into an energy where whoever this is, you're really truly a wonderful person. I'm sensing someone who is intelligent and creative and giving and loving, and I'm hearing a very good communicator. Let's go ahead and get some angel answers. Okay, So reaching out and asking others for help if you're starting, if this resonates with you and you've been really struggling, like wearing a mask, like you're frustrated with everything in life, but why complain because it doesn't do any good? Asking others for help is going to be key. So don't be afraid to reach out to a sponsor or to another fellow. Allow yourself to be loved again. Surround yourself with people within community who can love you until you can love yourself fully. Okay. It says not the right time again, and this is going right under the embrace card where I had the vision of a mother holding a child. So now is not the right time to do an amends process with the parent. This is something that is definitely fourth and fifth step material right now. So there needs to be a healing of that mother wound. And even if you're someone like I had to really cut my mother off personally. But I can say that I walked away from my entire family, and in recovery, as I've worked the steps, I have been able to rebuild a relationship with my father. That's a really, really good one. And, he's helped me out a ton. And we're able to talk and discuss things and tell each other we love each other. So there is a lot of healing that can happen, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in person. So if it's something where you had a really abusive parent, doing the shadow work, maybe that's actually one of the parts of the program that really is consternating to me, because a lot of what we deal with is childhood trauma. And when we're doing a fourth and fifth step, we may have resentments, and then we're supposed to find out where, our part in it is. And the truth of the matter is, you may have just been a child. You may have been an innocent victim at the time. And so your part in it, I'm actually getting an answer of what exactly your part in that part of it is. Your part in that is that you bought into the lies that they told you about yourself. And you have been really struggling with, I'm hearing, with the voices of what they said to you about yourself, whether it was, you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, you're never going to amount to anything. That would be your part in it. And it's not your fault that you bought into it, but identifying that you did is where you can start to heal that belief, and change it, trade it out for a new belief. I am capable. I am smart. I am beautiful. That's another thing that it took me a really long time to be able to look in the mirror and really see someone beautiful looking back. And now I like how I look. I really like how my body looks in the mirror. I appreciate it for what it's done. It's brought two beautiful children into the world, and it's done me a lot of good, even though I put it through hell. So I'm not going to listen to the things that my mother and, quite frankly, my father used to say to me about, oh, you're going to get fat. You're going to get fat, It's just utter horse shit, for lack of a better term. That's what it is. You can choose to believe differently about yourself, and you're encouraged to do so at this point. And quite frankly, from one survivor to another, I'm really sorry if that's you. I'm really sorry they did that to you. I'm really sorry that those things were said to you and that you believed them, because you were a child. And those were your parents, and they're supposed to be telling you truths about yourself, and they didn't. And I'm sorry, truly, from the bottom of my heart. Okay, I have a no. And I want to get clarification on what the no is. This is a Keymaster Tarot. Okay, I've got the Ten of Swords. Ah, that's the message. And Judgment. Okay. Okay. All right. So the no is learning how to say no to people. It helps if you can say no to yourself. You're already practicing it. You're already practicing saying no to yourself when you're abstaining from substances. So you're well on your way. But no being a complete sentence. Like, no, I'm not taking on your burdens. I'm done with that. Ten of Swords. I'm done. Or Ten of Wands. I'm done. I'm done with this burden. And make sure that you're using good judgment in that. Because honestly, you will benefit yourself by being able learning the word no and saying no to other people. I feel like there's one other message that I'm supposed to be giving you guys before I close up. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a tea leaf. Okay. Target. All right. Keep your eyes on the target. Okay? 1 minute at a time, 1 day at a time. And if you're new in recovery, that goal right now should be to attain long-term sobriety, which is defined as being sober for 1 year or longer. Remember that all of these things take time, but you can do this. You're already well on your way. You're really doing good. But yeah, circle back to that fourth step if you've already done it. See if you can't find a pattern in there that you missed. And then if you have, like I said, if you haven't done your fourth step, get it done. Get it done. Just get it done. Do it like 15 minutes a day. And you don't have to sit down for hours and write a book. You can take it in smaller increments because sometimes when we're doing our fourth step, we can get really triggered. So it's okay to take them in little chunks and then take a break and talk with your sponsor or talk with another fellow so that you can kind of de-escalate yourself because this is tough stuff. It's a simple program, but it's not easy, and good on you for making the decision to do it. So anyway, if no one has told you today that they love you, know that I do. Hope you take care.